Now let's move from actual tunnels to diplomatic landmines. The China-Taiwan conflict seems to have claimed a new victim. Taiwan's multi-billion-dollar firm Foxconn. It is now under investigation in China. China has sent its tax authorities after the firm. They're investigating multiple Foxconn plants all over China, specifically the land use at these plants. Now, Foxconn is a big company. It is famous for manufacturing iPhones. It is a Taiwanese firm with major operations in China. This company is valued at over $75 billion. It employs more than 1.2 million people, just to give you the scale of how big this is. And now they're under investigation. The motives are political. China wants to meddle in Taiwan's presidential election through this. If you watch this show, you already know that the Taiwan-China equation is fraught. But I'll still give you a quick primer. Taiwan is a self-governed island. It's always been like that. It was never ruled by the Communist Party in Beijing. But Beijing sees Taiwan as a wayward province. And it has promised to reunify Taiwan with the mainland by force if necessary. Now, when a pro-China party is in power in Taiwan, tensions ease. But when a pro-independence party comes to power, China becomes hostile, which is the case right now. Since 2016, the DPP has been in power. It's a party that wants Taiwan's formal independence from China, the DPP. Obviously, Beijing does not like it. And now it sees an opportunity because Taiwan is going to polls next January, presidential polls. The leading candidate is this man, Vice President Lai Ching-te. He's the sitting vice president, obviously a member of the ruling party, the Democratic Progressive Party, or the DPP, the one that wants formal independence. So China has been piling pressure on them for years. It has cut routine government-to-government talks with Taiwan. It has visibly backed the DPP's opponents in every local and presidential election. And now it wants to ensure that the sitting VP does not come to power. But how is this related to the Foxconn probe? Through this man, Terry Gou, another presidential candidate, an opponent of the DPP, and the founder of Foxconn. He tried to run in the 2020 election as well on a Kuomintang ticket. Kuomintang is Taiwan's main opposition party, seen as more conciliatory towards Beijing. So China keeps backing it. But Terry Gou failed to become the Kuomintang presidential candidate in 2020. So this time around, he's decided to go solo, to stand as an independent candidate. And this is a problem for Beijing. If Terry Gou contests alone, he will split the opposition vote. And the ruling party is already leading in opinion polls. A vote split would ensure their victory. And that's the worst case scenario for Beijing, which is why it has put pressure on Foxconn to get their founder Terry Gou to drop out of the presidential race. And this is not a hypothesis or an exaggeration, whatever I've just told you. Beijing has accidentally admitted to this through their state mouthpiece, the Global Times. Look at their recent report. It cites unnamed experts, and they say the Foxconn investigation may impact Taiwan's elections. Of course, China later refuted this report. It says the Foxconn probe is unrelated, that the tax inspections are all routine, and several companies are under the scanner. So is Foxconn. But here's a problem. These several companies have not been named. Only Foxconn has been named. And China is known for election interference. Taiwan's politicians have been quick to react to this. Here's what the frontrunner, the vice president, had to say.
During an election, China does not need to put pressure on Taiwanese companies, demanding they declare a position or even that they directly support a candidate they prefer, because this is a behavior where both sides can only lose.
And what about the Foxconn founder? What has Terry Gou said? Apparently, he's gone under the radar. Foxconn shares have been bleeding in the markets. They've lost more than 5% of their value in 2 days. That means Gou is losing millions of dollars every day. And that's a good reason to go underground and wait for all of this to blow over. Meanwhile, the opposition party, the Kuomintang party, has been relatively quiet. Perhaps they know that if they comment, they will be seen as pro-Beijing. And it has cost them in the last 2 elections. They don't want to risk a third one.